Hello and welcome to CJC Adventures on a rainy day in the Black Country here on the outskirts of Dudley. We're in Netherton, which of course is in Dudley in the Black Country, and we're going to take a look at one of the most tucked away nature reserves around these parts, Saltwells Local Nature Reserve, which opened many years ago. And we're going to take a look at some of the history and the coal mining and all sorts and whatever we can find really. So let's go and take a look and just see what we can find. By all accounts, there is a pub here by the name of the Saltwells Inn, and when it says free house, for those of you who've never wondered that, I don't actually give away free beer, no pub does really. It means all sorts of beers, as in free sort of beers, you know what I mean anyway. Of course, let's go and take a look. All accounts, it's up this way, and it is a nasty day, as I've mentioned. Not the best day for going for a walk around a nature reserve. Not quite sure what this building is. It's just off where the pub is. It's a bit of a strange area. Sorry if that sounds a bit strange and weird. No offence to anybody that lives here, but I don't know, it seems a bit sort of dreary. That's not because of the weather, I don't think, I don't know. It's that feeling you get round here. Well, I've actually found the pub. That's it, just there, tucked away. Seems a bit of a strange place, doesn't it, in the woods to see a pub. Don't really fancy a drink, as it's only 11:30 in the morning, but that's it. Not really well known, I don't know, to be honest. Saltwells Inn. I have just tried to get in my gate to enter the nature reserve, but for whatever reason there's a lock on. It's pretty easy just to get in to your left. Well, this is a nature reserve, I guess. Just say there about coal and fire, clay, iron, stone. Gornal grit, never heard that word before. 415 million years ago. Born and bred, sand, stone. I do say sond around here though. And the Dudley bug, of course. Of course, it's known for fossils around these parts. Lots and lots of fossils. Still there actually, aren't they? Or I've seen anywhere. So this must have been where they dug out all of the coal, all of the remnants of what they wanted, and those are the remnants that are here now. Wow. You can actually see where they've dug out. I mean, the Black Country is full of these sort of places, some bigger than others. It's just nice that, that they can show you what the past looked like. By all accounts, this is Geo Trail. That's how you pronounce it. So, by all accounts, I've got to go this way. It's a beautiful view. I mean, you wouldn't want to fall down there, would you? Wow. I mean, look at that. Could you imagine walking up there with your dog or somebody slipped? bother somebody else than me. Hopefully not. Wow. Caves. Look at that tree, it's like something out of a First Blood with Sylvester Stallone. Wow. Picturesque. This is the Geo Trail. And what I like about it so far is the falling leaves, because this time of the year you get lots and lots and lots of them, don't you? Some complain that the block trains up, but I think they look lovely this time of the year. There's another view from the other side. Wow, even in this weather it looks immense. Especially with the change in the colours of the trees, it's just so beautiful. The browns and the greys and reds and the greens are mixed in. The trees that don't shed any leaves. Wow. This was actually a clay pit. Wow. Never think this was here. Except for signposts, of course. This is just breathtaking, even in the rain. Tree has been there a few years. Well, this is parts of the wood, and you wouldn't really want to get lost in here, would you? Like a scene from Hansel and Gretel where you leave the breadcrumbs. But problems with walking under trees, you get wetter because the rain penetrates. But this is the trail that I'm on at the moment. It's quite steep, as Dudley and Netherton areas quite are. If you look down there, wow, somebody's lost a glove there. Imagine living right up there on that hill. Just literally looking at that every day. You don't need to go to the seaside. Actually not many ducks around at the moment. I expected there to be more. There's actually a few over the back. One or two here. This weather, so why actually standing in this one? It is a really nasty day here, it really is, but the views make up for that, they really do. I actually do water sports here. I don't think I'm going to do it today though. No, I'll leave it till another day maybe. By all accounts this is Bumblehole Walk. Lodge Farm. So I can't quite see what the rest of that says. Let's go and see what we can find anyway. Again, there's remnants of cutting out maybe fossils, coal, but you can tell just there the main road's up there. Now, by all accounts, there was actually a house on these parts. And it was like a mansion of the time, and it was actually owned by the Lords of Dudley. But over time it did become really decrepit. Nobody actually remembers it, to be honest. I don't know whether there's any photographic evidence of what it looked like. I can't actually find any, but You know, there's probably something out there somewhere of an old photograph, but it's actually collapsed because of mining subsidence many decades ago. So yeah, there's hardly any remnants of that anymore, if anything. I don't think there is anything actually, but the actual Lords of Dudley actually lived there, and it was on this site. Now the name Saltwells actually does come from because there were actually salt, sort of, on the mines, but there was salt on here, but it wasn't actually strong enough to use. But the salt itself was in the waterways around here, and apparently all those hundreds of years ago the locals used to bathe in it because they thought it had purities. Now, what I'd like to see is, if you look at the ground now it's raining, why is it white? I mean, look at that. I mean, it doesn't look like any other puddle, does it, that you'd normally see? It's actually white. Is that salt? I think it is. Because if you look at the ground, it's got like that dusty look to it. I think that's salt. I might be wrong. And look at that, dragonfly. Wow. I suppose that's what they looked like years ago. Many years ago. But yeah, it's salt. Salt wells. Obviously there's probably still that sort of remnants on here, but look at that, that's just... I don't know how they get that if it's not raining, I don't know. Look at those cliffs just up there, that's just immense. It does look like... It does actually look like somebody's face in it, doesn't it really? Wow. They've been chipped away over the years. Not anymore though. But you look at this, it's just woodland, but at one point it was actually someone's workplace, wasn't it? You know, they used to dig mines and stuff like that. Wow. Well, I imagine that was the old, part of the old salt mine. There's probably salt in there still. That's part of it. Dragonflies, I suppose there's quite a few around here certain times of the year. As I say, you can see that whiteness in the water itself. Someone's actually got up there and put looks like a dragonfly of some sort on the cliff. Who would do that? Wow, more them than me. More remnants. I suppose on a nice day this would probably look different, but this time of the year it still looks very spectacular. You do get well, nice views around here, I suppose, in the summer and all times of the year, and especially when the leaves are off now. Wow. I mean, look at those rocks. It does look like salt. I suppose it saves you buying any. That hill, I've got to walk back up there now. It was tricky enough walking down here, but it's been worth it. But in the rain, a bit slippy. Make sure you always have good shoes on, which I haven't, sadly. Now, by all accounts, this is an actual spring. You can actually see it just penetrating just there and down the cliff. So this is an actual spring with purities, I'm told. don't still quite know what that is. I suppose Saltwells Nature Reserve has a few named Local Nature Reserve, just Saltwells Nature Reserve or Saltwells Reserve. But answers on a postcard please, if you know. Supported by Saltwells Nature Reserve Support Group, funded by Fair Shares. Penzinet Railway serving Round Oak Steelworks. It's a run through here, 1829 till 860 as well. Wow. I didn't know that. That's great. Plenty of artwork through these parts. Now by all accounts, round here somewhere, I don't think there's any remnants to be honest, is where the old house used to be, which was owned by the Lords of Dudley. Somewhere around here anyway. Imagine living in the woods. Cabin fever. Just like the film I suppose. A bit like Evil Dead maybe. Yeah, it's lovely this time of the year. Even in the rain. As you can hear I suppose. I suppose that would be part of industry around these parts. Seems a bit strange though why it's there like that. A wooded area. I don't quite know what these actually are. Very strange. But still, it's all in the fun of being in the woods. Well here, if you know your animal, that looks like a chicken, squirrel, just a rabbit, frog, that looks like a snake. Let's hope I don't see one of them today. Butterflies. Doubt very much we'll see one of those today. Well, head towards this way now, because the rain is actually becoming so intolerable. It's actually slippy underfoot as well. Now from a distance they actually look like a lizard. When you get close to it, it's a dragon. I never saw a dragon. This is my first time anyway. Maybe there are dragons in these woods, who knows. I suppose there's frogs here. Especially ones where I've got glasses on. I know I've said it before, but to actually see the leaves this time of the year is really spectacular. So this was where the Saltwells bell pits were. So Saltwells Wood is designated as a saluted ancient monument to the survival of earthquakes and mining remains. Wow. I never knew that. Really didn't. Oh, these are all pits. Swords in the distance. I just hope that isn't Leatherface. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back this way, the way I come. This is actually called Snake Pool. It's just down there. Wow. I don't want to see one today, I really don't. That's where all the snakes are. Still not seen one. but that's where they are anyway. If you see one, shout out loud. And that's it for today on CJC Adventures. Hope you've enjoyed this trip in the rain. It still hasn't stopped raining. It's going to rain all day here from Saltwells Local Nature Reserve. I've enjoyed it nonetheless. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Click on the subscribe icon, click on the bell, and you'll be notified when each video on CJC Adventures is uploaded. So, for those of you who have already done that, you're wonderful. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.